Well, I'm happy to have you, Sofya. We can hear and see you very well. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for opening the third day. I'm actually a big fan of Tochka Bank. Uh, I'm actually probably partly engaged with Tochka, which is a special card, which is actually um, is embedded in the ring. I'm really fascinated with what you do. Thank you very much for joining us. Well, that's indeed an honor for me. I couldn't follow all the speeches, but I'm eagerly waiting for the recordings. All the topics are indeed inspiring, and it's even somehow um, making me feel a bit anxious to be in such a great team of speakers today. I hope that information I would like to share today would be also beneficial for others. It's interesting that you've mentioned that stories, they usually are retrospective, but they give the light and illuminate the perspective of the future. So today we're talking about the marketing, about probably very commercial organization, and the way we use stories in order to have this human face and high touch. Well, I will leave you for the time being. Please tell me when you need your presentation, and I'll be listening and carefully following. Let's give a round of fires to Sofia. Let's greet her. Well, I already need the presentation. Please put it on. Thank you. Wonderful. I'll try to navigate. Let me try. Shall I use the arrows? Yeah, yeah, it works. Wonderful. Well, once again, good morning. I'm the marketing director in Tochka Bank, and today I would like to share with you how stories actually help us to construct the brand identity of the bank and why we believe that people actually choose with heart and how we should tell stories in marketing of the bank and still be transparent, be uh, very human. First of all, I will tell you a bit about our bank. Well, somehow my presentation is a bit weird, but looks weird, but I hope it's a clear formatting. Well, uh, next year we would celebrate our 10th anniversary. Tochka Bank is the whole ecosystem of different financial and non-financial services. We have many operational challenges every day of our entrepreneurs who work with us. We have more than 600,000 entrepreneurs, and we are ranked in Russia as one of the top fintech projects, and NPS index is the highest of the marketing segment. It's 75%. So, can you see my slides now? Can you see how I've clicked through them? Can you see? Please give me the feedback. Does Yeah, those who join from the computers, they don't have any problems as far as I see. Well, once again, a bit about me. I've been the marketing director. I've been with Tochka Bank for 8 years. I started with website, with general marketing, and now I'm a CMO of a bank. So as far as you see, my main task is to build the reputation, build the partnerships for Tochka, and Um, Overall, I work on these contact points for our bank. So now let's talk in more detail about our marketing. We really believe that people choose with a heart. We have lots of companies in all the segments of the market, and more or less the products are the same. The main difference is in the brand. Brand is actually very close to a human being. I mean, people treat it in the same way. For example, when we meet a person, we usually want to know what the person um, does for life. You remember, like in The Little Prince, uh, we grown ups always talk numbers. So when we meet a new person, we ask what this person does for life. It's the same for the companies. So you want to know the product. When we meet a person, we want to know more about his or her character. And it's more or less the same with the company. When we try to learn the mission and the value of the company, what is important for the company. When we pay attention to the way a person speaks, and we have the same for the brand of the company, the so-called tone of voice. Probably you've all encountered all those letters written in a very bureaucratic way, and it's hard to read, and you feel like already this company is now really friendly, way tough and difficult to communicate with. But you've only read the letter, you've read this tone of voice, and it was already difficult for you. And the last one, surely the appearance. We judge the person by the appearance at first. And the company also has its own visual language. And every person tells a story through his character, his speech, his her appearance, and the same is for the company. For our tone of voice, visual language, mission, and values, we share a story. From the very beginning, when you see all of those factors, you have your own understanding, your own opinion about a company or a person. And you somehow do already do have um, a decision if you want to talk to work with this company with this person or not. So what I would like to mention is that it's necessary to start first with mission and values in order to then construct the brand identity. Because actually, this is what is in the core of every company. Missions, mission and values may actually help all the parts of the team within the company to use the common language. This is somehow synchronizes the work of all departments. So, mission and the values are the foundation for our company. Here on the slide, you can see our mission. Our mission is to change the life, the labor of businessmen, make them get rid of routine, and we want to help companies all around the country. Here are our values. We treat every client as the only client. We know that everything depends on us. We care about each other, and we are not waiting for calm and peaceful and life without problems. We actually have the stories related to all of the values. Some of them we share with our clients as well. for our marketing and so on. But for us, it's indeed important to use the stories to show to the employees what we are about, what we want to do here in our bank. So, one of the values is already said that the client is, literally every client is like the only client for us. So when we think about a particular new product, we don't think first um, about the money we would make. We want first to ask ourselves, oh, what value it would create to a client. We don't just say um, what pain we would cover for the client, because we are not just a band-aid. We want to really help the client. Our main um, stronghold is our online office. This is more or less our support team. We don't call it the call center. This is the online service. We don't have a KPI for those people who work in support team. In many other banks, um, there is a special um, deadline for every manager to treat the problem of a client. Usually, 5 to 10 minutes are assigned to each client who is calling. So, and we don't have a limit for our managers. We should talk, we can talk to the client as long as possible. And we actually consulted Zappos company because they were the pioneers of such approach. We've worked with them in 2015. Um, we never pass a client to a manager. All our managers, we know everything about our bank. Which is why our interviews are tough, probably, and we select every our employee with a precision, so to say, s- so that you always have friendly, very skilled managers on the phone. We, for us, it's crucial so that every client who calls with a problem to our managers, um, they would be treated with all due respect. I would probably go to the chat and answer the questions a bit later. I'll try to proceed with my um, presentation. Well, if you would look at the ads of the banks now and maybe several years ago, you that usually these ads are all about figures, about the interest rates, and so on. But we wanted to show entrepreneurs they are like rock stars. We work for them and together with them to make our economy vibrant, so to say, and their life easier, the life of the entrepreneurs. We always try to be proactive. This is why we have this value that everything depends on us. It helps us, this vision, this value, helps us to form the um, structure within the company. Our two main pillars are freedom and responsibility. Every person within the company always thinks what he or she can do in order to help. Another value, we are care about each other. It's not only about uh, companionship within the company. It's also about being careful, about being empathic towards our clients. This is something that can make our communication really better and make it easier. There's so many bad things in the world, and we don't want to be the source for them. And the last value is all about knowing that a restful life is something we should be waiting for. And the last years, they've proved that we are really ready to be adaptive. First, it started with COVID. Um, Many people were trying the remote mode of work, but we already had this decent uh, work. For us, it took like 4 days uh, to make to help all the people start work online. We don't use Zoom, but we still made the backgrounds for all of our team members. We printed them out. We've brought uh, necessary furniture, furniture, necessary equipment to all of our team members to their houses so that we comfortable while working from home. Well, I would also try to be practical within my in my presentation, so probably you could use some of our ideas. Well, values are not just written on our website. Um, so it's not only about some inspiration. This is something we actually work with on daily basis, something that helps us to be on the same page and better understand each other, which is something that help us to coordinate. Uh, we try to promote our values, to tell our story, and on every occasion, when our clients call us and when they come to us, so you always should preserve this consistency. Mission and values, they are an active instrument, so to say. How we managed to formulate the DNA of our company. We started with a mission, surely. It was in the very beginning of Tochka, and step by step, in 2 or 3 years, we've decided that we finally need to uh, formulate our values. First 2 years were tough, the rapid development, so we needed time to finally came up with values. And while working upon our values, we were working on three main questions. What phrase best characterizes Tochka Bank? What does the environment look like inside and outside the Tochka Bank? Which of the things that exist in Tochka right now that we should preserve and enhance? And I believe we are sure in the company that leadership should talk through all those values. Um, it's not the copywriters or the marketing teams. They probably can help to better formulate it. The leaders, they take the strategic decisions. They should understand where we are going and where they are leading the whole company, the team. We believe it's something that we shouldn't do it from the outskirts, and it shouldn't be just some random words like we are dynamically developing and so on. It's nothing. It's not the proper formulation of vision, of values. You should really believe in what you write down in your values. This is something you can really then use in your work and then promote among your team members. Mission and our values, they influence everything in our bank. Probably sometimes it's not even um, articulated in some companies. We usually try to speak it out loud, but still, if you look in retrospective, usually all the decisions in the company, they are determined by the values. And I believe if you want to change something in the company, it's indeed important to work with the values. If you see that there are some problems, probably it's because your values actually are not corresponding to the decisions that are made in the company. And it's very important to tell your story consistently and always at every point of contact. Um, the point of contact, um, they everywhere, and this is a good opportunity always to tell the story. I will be talking today about the brand identity and marketing. So this will be my main focus, but all the teams, they actually share the story of our company. Um, we try to follow the ideas of emotional marketing, and this is the marketing with a human face, to say. We have four main levels of contact: brand and client. When the client actually works with us with the service, brand human. When we actually talk with our clients as human to human, we have this level of contact, brand and contact. And the fourth level, brand and the potential um, employee, the candidate work. Uh, I really like this level of work with clients, which is the present we are giving to our entrepreneurs when they open the account at our bank. It was important for us to show that our uh, services, they differ, but we are different. That together with us, it would be totally different. And the moment you open the account in our bank, you start a totally different life. We are not the magicians, surely, but we usually try to promote this idea that when you open the account, it's a new page. It's something of a milestone, something to celebrate. Oh, I'm happy to see that actually people work with us, and I would like to recommend the book that is called The um, Power of a Momentum. Probably the style is not for everyone, but actually it's very practical. It talks a lot, dwells a lot on the way you can um, share emotions with your clients. This is the latest edition of our gift. Um, we have decided um, um, to do the metaphor of the journey as though a person to go with us embarks on the journey. So we present some sweets, also this card and the brand perfume on the level of brand entrepreneur, brand human being. Uh, we used to present to give some promo codes as a present. And one client just wrote to us, "Why you do this as everyone else?" This is why we've decided to do something different. We created a special landing page, and actually now we share the stories on where, for example, one can listen to music that we've prepared. You can one can um, watch a film from our list. You can also read the horoscope. You can cook together with us. We really wanted to underline that uh, when you're a birthday person, you do everything for your guests. And we wanted our entrepreneurs at their birthday to feel that he or she has been supported and everything is ready for she or he films, some entertainment, and we've also on the level of branded context, we have a special project, um, and it is totally dedicated to the stories. Uh, and we call this project the Fiery Stories. We've launched it several years ago when everything changed so drastically in our countries, when we all felt this dangerous stillness in business life. And we decided to gather stories of different entrepreneurs, have this real talk. How you feel, what the is like, what you're going to do tomorrow, and just in the future. What do you feel? So first, we talked with some maybe more famous entrepreneurs. Those for the audio. Some of them has written an article, um, some recorded an interview, and then entrepreneurs share it and or share their own story. You know, those small dots, those sparks are actually all stories, and they are growing bigger if there are many reactions on the story. You still can read it, you can look for these stories, and they help to build some perspective at this very difficult period when everything in the life of our country has changed so drastically. And as for the level between brand and client, brand human, and brand context, we have some really um, funny projects as well. We carried out the ship races. We had the competition, and the prizes there were 25 places to our ship racing, our regatta in Turkey. We wanted with this particular event to highlight that entrepreneurs We always aspire for something new. We're always ready to discover, to go forward in the stormy seas of the uh, business ship. This regatta was the success, and in this way, we actually celebrated the Day of Entrepreneur. Uh, we believe it's indeed a huge uh, celebration, and it should be a huge celebration because entrepreneurs will actually change the life of the country. And here is to our project. This is um, the project that can be translated as the dots on what, um, as in is in the phrase the to dot on one's eyes. So we have um, uh, already articles, the episodes on our marketplaces, on uh, franchising. I hope that I illustrated you why we needed those contact points. It's something we really invented for ourselves. It's not something probably that everyone should follow, but still, probably it should be valuable. And I would also like to recommend another book that we published together with uh, at Maringen Publishing House. And this is a book called Think Like an Anthropologist. Because entrepreneurs, they're usually very attentive to what is going on. And when you think like an anthropologist, when you um, really watch the way people work, it's you can get the insights. And finally, why we need to tell the stories. Uh, I believe it's easy because every story is a chance to get to know you better and make a choice in your favor. Um, we've all been once disappointed with this company, and you probably to that day remember this case, and you probably always had if you still want to work at this particular company. So stories they help entrepreneurs, help companies foster the communications with the client and make them stay. But also, it's also very important for the emotional contact, for the inspiration. Through stories, we learn more about each other. We are not only sharing stories, we need those who would listen to these stories. We need the feedback, we need people who listen. And for us, the reaction of the client is something that really um, makes us zesty, gives us some uh, kind of an energy shot, and we then can carry on. I would also like to share one story when we were supported by the client. It's a recent story, and probably those who live in Russia, you will also follow this story in February. Kiva Bank lost its license, and this affected Tochka. 3% of our customers they were using the Kiva license, and that people kept their money for their businesses there, and our customers, we were having their money there. Their accounts were frozen, their businesses actually were stopped. Well, in the long run, everything was fine for our clients because we decided to be responsible for those money that were frozen. This is the very first case that so many accounts were frozen. On February 27th, Tochka announced that it would pay out the money frozen in the account. Uh, and this was the first such case on the market. On the 5th of March, the first refund started, and by the middle of May, all the majority of clients they received their money. As today, Tochka paid out 8 billion rubles to its clients. The majority of clients surely they reacted negatively when they've heard something of this kind. Then all your money they've just frozen. When business money, not just private money. So you understand that without those money, you can just go out of business. Uh, Still, we were almost shocked that there were clients that knew our story. They knew where we were, and even without this chaos, uh, this nightmare, we still had the clients who not only supported us, but we were actually trying to help our clients and um, make them stop panicking. We avoid all the reasons, this February holidays, then the February, everything is going so slow. It was so difficult, but we had those uh, loyal clients who were coming down the others, saying that, well, we know we can trust this bank. It was so nice to see that all our stories we've been sharing, the values we've been sharing with our clients, they brought those fruits. And it was not only about stories. Surely, we were the stories of our real actions, of what we really do. So this reputation that we've built helped us to navigate through these rough waters. Well, I wish no one would ever learn what it's like, but still, it was so inspiring to have this um, gratitude from the clients. Here is um, the quote from our CEO, who believes that the risks um, all should always be taken by the government to save the clients. Mission, mission, and the values they are indeed very powerful. Um, but the way the values are applied are influenced by the team, by the corporate culture. You cannot just tell people, hey, from now on, you should work using these values. So a bit about our management style. Uh, we work basing on the management system called the Holacracy. Um, we are all like the communicating vessels in the team. What is actually the holacracy? Is it's the way of management built on freedom. So you can be always free your main responsibilities in your workplace. And another important part of holacracy is surely the responsibility. You have to do what you believe is good, but you should be responsible for this. simplifies the relations and it makes everyone in the team more autonomous. It makes the system more transparent and people actually are more eager to communicate. We are more engaged in the corporate culture when you um, work independently, so to say. You need to fully understand the context, the culture. We are openly discussing the uh, financial indicators, the strategy. We have a regular so-called um, beeline or stride line where we uh, directly discuss all the issues with our top management and everyone can ask questions. And what is also important, we try to be on the same page with our entrepreneurs. And so we are becoming sure we have maybe some other challenges, but still in the way of thinking, we try to be close to our clients, the entrepreneurs, and it helps us to use the common language. We know what it means exactly when you're responsible for the people, for your subcontractors, and so on. We know what it means when you need to achieve something, and you don't know actually how you can do it because we actually are very different from many other banks. We are only 4,000 people. This is why we always adapt. We always find new methods, new ways to work, and this is what makes us so close to the entrepreneurs. We always flexible. We always on the guard. Just as entrepreneurs, we always monitor what's going on, how it will influence the business. One third of our employees, we also have our own small businesses, but we are really proud of this. Well, I'm already aware. Thank you for reminding me that I have only 10 minutes left. For us, it's really inspiring that so many employees they have own businesses. We never against it. Surely, if it doesn't influence the main work, we actually support our employees and try to showcase such uh, cases. And now, a bit about the instrument, what helps us. Uh, this is the onboarding. Even some people who are already in the team, they sometimes do the onboarding once again just to refresh the knowledge. Many people from different teams meet a new employee. We work together, so the onboarding is really, really intense. What we also do, we have a brand library. We archive all important projects with all the analysis needed. We spend lots of time, uh, our free time together because we believe this is where the magic happens. Only when you have a bit of a personal touch, you can really trust a person and do some magic. We constantly learn, we learn from each other. We constantly do this calibration, so to say. What is really good for Tochka if it's really what we should do. And we also do a kind of a exercise with a question. If a Tochka bank was a person, what kind of person it should be. Hey, with our team, um, I hope um, you liked my speech. Please come to our internships, and I hope that it also was valuable to learn the way we work. Probably um, you also have some ideas and inspiration. Well, are there any questions? I'll try to read in the chat. I believe there were some questions in the very beginning. As for the value that we are not waiting for a quiet life. No, it's not about whether we having some dynamic life. It's about being adaptive and flexible. Indeed. Well, someone said that um, we are not afraid of such wording, but we are not afraid of not quiet life. But actually, we are a bit of tired, tired of this, and probably we changed the wording a bit. There is a question in the chat also about the so-called the calibration of the employees. Yeah, we try to be on the same page. When we are on this live broadcast of our leadership, this is indeed the process where we try to do everything to be um, on the same page. Also, there's a lot of work from the team leads. Uh, team leads use different formats um, to make so that all of the employees would understand what's going on, where we're going, or what we've reached, what should we change, what we've influenced, what is the way the decisions were taken. We don't have trainings as such, but just a constantly inbuilt work. Artem, do you also have a question? Oh, I would read out loud the question from Marina. Do you use personal testing on during your recruiting? No, we ask many questions about the values, about what is important for a person, how a person takes the decisions, and so on. So we try to understand a person through the interview, not through a kind of a test. Many people actually they show from through a story the way they go through stress. Many people during the interviews they try to be to show the best, but I believe it's still possible to see the person through. Well, can you talk about demo practices? Well, they take lots of time, but still we spend this time. Every team they go uh, and present their project that they were fulfilled during the last 6 months. We don't have a special structure, just every team decides what they should present to the others. Do you teach the way your employees should communicate with the clients? Well, first of all, we have a very rigid selection to those who are going to communicate with the clients. And then after all these rounds of the interviews of different role games, um, for 3 months, our new employees they or they train. We usually teach a lot about the tone of voice. We really work on the way people really use the language, how you can show your affection, your care through the worded for language. We don't write the scripts, but we give the tools to sound as our bank should sound. How we work with the trust in the teams. We believe that trust is actually the muscle that can be trained only through the joint work on the project. First of all, once again, it's all about the selection of the right person. When we have doubt, we don't take those people. We had such an experience when we were in a rush and we took new people, and it was a disaster. So we also don't rush. We want to uh, grow the trust naturally. We also can be, and we also usually are quite open about faults, about the things that could have been done better. And it's not only about the leaders who showcase what were the mistakes. No, we created this safe space where everyone can be vulnerable, can show what what's wrong, what's right. Well, I'm I'm as a moderator today, so I have well, we've lost somehow our dearest speaker. Sorry. I have uh, just one question. Maybe can you stay for a bit and maybe uh, write down the answers to the questions? Surely I'll stay, and in case you can just contact me and write to me. Yeah, I'm I'm on holidays now. Probably I won't be very fast with replies, but surely, if you will write to me in Telegram, I will answer to you. Once again, I want to thank you, but I have one more question. This is my traditional question for all the speakers this year. One, lighthouse is good. It shows where the danger is. The network of lighthouses, it can really save our life. One story is good, but the whole spectrum of stories, the whole scope of stories is even better. What kind of stories you believe we need to tell more and listen to more? Well, I would like to listen to more stories where people understand that they are part of a system. I believe now there is a kind of a crisis. We think more about our individual private life, and we are kind of disconnected from the outer world. We are separated, uh, and somehow we sometimes don't understand that our actions they can influence many people. I've just watched the interview with Lieberman brothers, and they were talking about the idea that uh, many decisions that were made 100 years ago now we influence the present moment. For example, why people at the age of 30 cannot build they cannot buy their own property. I want to have more stories where you know that One person is a part of a bigger picture always, and influence is a lot. Thank you. That was wonderful. You see, the fires, I hope they will they would grow in. Please stay with us. Those fires of you. Thank you very much for being with us today. Well, you are wonderful listeners. Thank you very much for all your questions, for your reaction. Thank you very much. It was indeed a pleasure for me. I wish you a nice and successful day today. Thank you. Until wonderful conference. Thank you very much.